Running a business can be quite a challenge, especially a small business. And whenever I need a little boost, all I need to do is go and look at my reviews on websites like Yelp or Google, as well as our own website has a place where you can rate each of the products that we deliver. And I'm very pleased to say that gives me a lift sometimes when I need one to see how much people enjoy our food. What's different about us than most places that are do a similar thing right now is that ours is fully prepared. A lot of entrees are oven ready. Some you have to put in a crock pot. Others are stovetop ready. In other words, we chop and dice everything. We give you all the ingredients. There's no prepping done by you. There's no recipe to follow. You're simply either sauteing something on the stove very quickly, or it's totally oven ready and you pop it in the oven. The time is very minimal in terms of how long it's going to take you to get dinner on the table. And plus there's no cleanup, which is also excellent. Well, I was privileged enough to live for 13 years in South Africa. My husband and I had all three of our boys there. It's a much slower pace of life in Cape Town, South Africa. We decided to move back in 2001, and I was quite shocked at the pace difference of life here in the United States. I saw that it was very difficult for a busy family to get dinner on the table at night and to eat together as a family, which I feel is a very important thing to do. So I had been in the restaurant business with my parents, and I had worked in restaurants while I was in school. And so I had a little bit of history with this, of making food commercially. So I decided to open a business that would help busy families eat around the dinner table at night. And so the Studio Kitchen was born. How do I get my recipes? Well, I'm actually not a cook. I think of myself as a business owner. And I was fortunate enough to have my mother-in-law in South Africa be an excellent cook, and she would actually make a whole week's worth of meals for us, or even more, and freeze them, and I would take them out as we needed them throughout the month. So I had it very good in South Africa. So I came back and applied that same principle to the Studio Kitchen, which was we would make the meals from scratch. I have chefs that do this. And we put it in 3-portion entrees. We freeze them, and then people come and buy it in bulk from us. Now, how do I get my recipes? Well, I test a lot of recipes. I test probably 5 or 6 recipes for every one that goes on our menu. I know quite a lot about recipe testing and recipe books, which I'll go into later. But it's a process, and the thing I do have is very high standards when it comes to food, in terms of I want to eat good food. I don't want to eat something that's just mediocre. So I apply that same standard to our menu, and after 14 years and very many great reviews of our food, I think that we're successful at that. We're very efficient. It actually takes you it can take you just as long to make one entree for your family as it does to make 150 portions, if you can believe that. And in a lot of cases, you'd be very surprised. So we're able to offer our food at such a reasonable price because of that, because we're very efficient. I'm very proud of the fact that all of our beef that we use at the Studio Kitchen is local, grass-fed, and finished. We've been able to offer this for about 2 to 3 years now. Additionally, our ground pork is local pastured pork. We're different from other companies in that we are family oriented. We have 3-portion entrees. If you have 6 people in your family, you can get 2 of the 3-portion entrees. The 3-portion entree serves a husband and wife and 2 small children fine. The 1 portion goes to the husband, 1 to the wife, and then the other portion can be split between the 2 small children. That works very, very well. Additionally, if you are a couple, an older couple, then the 3-portion entree works very well for the couple because each one can have a portion, and then one person can have the portion the next day for lunch. The manner in which we pack our food for delivery ensures that it stays frozen for many hours, so you do not have to be at home to accept delivery. The traditional menu was what we did for the better part of 8 years, and it consists of family-friendly, kid-friendly, more comfort food type of entrees, such as macaroni cheese, fried chicken with white barbecue sauce, that kind of an entree. Paleo entrees and sides are selections that do not include any dairy, grains, gluten, sugar, or processed foods of any kind. If you're watching this video, you're obviously thinking about ordering from the studio kitchen. I would suggest you just do it.